When was the last time you updated your goals and dreams? And what motivates you? Today I want to talk about what happened when I followed an outdated dream. Spoiler, it was pretty bad. And I want to give you an easy technique that you can use to figure out if you're on the right path or if you should adjust course a bit. This is VFX Talks, a show about leadership and development in the VFX industry. My name is Alfred Lindahl. Let's get to it. So, the industry is pretty rough. I don't think you've missed that. We're going through some pretty rough times, and a lot of people are changing careers or thinking about changing careers or thinking about, okay, what will my role be? Will AI take my job? All these kinds of questions. And I'm going with these thoughts as well. I'm thinking about these things a lot. So I thought it was important to address this and share my story, what happened when I followed my outdated dream. So that started when I was 18. I applied for this 3D school. It wasn't even VFX, it was called 3D animation. And in the interview there, I remember they asked me, okay, what's my goal? What's your goal with this? What do you want to do in the future? And I remember saying, I know it's going to take me probably 10 years or something, but my goal is to work on like these cool Hollywood projects, work on movies. And it felt like almost an impossible dream, but that was what I wanted to go for. And it took me only a few years to get there. And I worked on some smaller films. I worked on Hellboy 2 and Stardust, and that was way back in the 2007 maybe. I did that. And then I've just got some opportunities. I got to start a small production company. I worked with advertisement and all kinds of stuff. But then I felt a bit lost. So maybe 10 years later, I remembered this dream. I felt a bit lost in life, so maybe I should just push for this dream I had of working on the cool projects, cooler projects, work on in bigger teams. So I applied for a position here in Stockholm at Important Looking Pirates, like the biggest, coolest place in Sweden. And I got a job. I got to work on bigger, cooler projects in bigger teams. I learned a lot, amazing people. It wasn't my dream job. I worked on the first season of Westworld and some shark movie called The Shallows, Blake Lively. Maybe not the biggest project, but it was like the biggest, coolest place in Stockholm, in Sweden. But one day I woke up, but I couldn't get out of bed. It was like there was no motivation left in me. Like it all felt so meaningless to get out of bed and go to this stupid job, do these stupid effects for some stupid Hollywood movie. And it was like I moved into this new apartment with my amazing girlfriend, and I had a nice motorcycle. Like I had it all figured out, and I had achieved my dream. But then I realized I was depressed, and that was pretty hard. But I'm achieving this. But then now I'm like 10 years later, when I look back at this, I've realized I was following that old dream that I had 20 years ago when I was 18. And then when I was 30, I realized I was depressed following this dream. And now, so when I'm 40, I realize, I was following that dream I had when I was 18. And when I felt bad, I thought I should just push harder towards this goal, because that's what I'm motivated by. But now I can see that, yeah, I was motivated by that when I was 18, maybe when I was 25. But when I was 30, my motivations had changed, but I never updated my vision. So I was still going in that direction. So what happened was I left that job, even though it was my dream job. And I love Important Looking Pirates. It's such a nice place. Every time I go there, I just get this feeling I want to work with all these amazing people again. So no hard feelings there. But what I realized was that maybe that's not the right path for me. And now, even 10 years later, I'm doing the same thing again. I have to reevaluate, okay, what is my path? What is the right way for me? Now I've been working with advertisement and doing freelance for the last 5 years in my own, like a consultant. But now I'm reevaluating that. So, and I also want to share this because I've seen a lot of people stuck in similar situations in this industry and in other industries where they are like, yeah, but I'm working at this awesome place. It's like the best in my city or wherever, in the best place in the world. But I feel like shit. And they fail to realize that, oh, but maybe this dream isn't, it was your dream when you were younger. Maybe if you think about it now, you might find you should go another path. But that is really hard. So that's why I wanted to share this story. But let's get to the technique. It's a very simple one. Simon Sinek does something similar to figure out your why, more like your overall goal in life, your calling. So you can do that. You can use this for that as well. But now, since this is VFX Talks, I'm going to try to be a bit more specific. It might resonate with more of you out there. So what I did was I started to look back on the projects and like my previous experiences and try to remember which projects did I enjoy the most, which periods in my career did I enjoy the most. And you could do like write it down or talk to a friend or talk to a camera like I'm doing now, talking to yourself. And then like try to specify, okay, what was it about that project that I enjoy so much? Was it like that it was this really cool project? Was it the people that I worked with? Was it a small team, a big team? What was your role? Did you have a leadership role, or did someone tell you what to do? Did you have a lot of influence? Could you take creative decisions or just follow orders? And try to figure out, okay, what was it about that project that was so much fun? Why do I remember it with these fond eyes now? And it's important to not be like judgmental. There's no right or wrong here. Like I was stuck in this like prestige thing. I want to work on the cool projects, and that was a really good motivator for me when I was younger. It took me very far in a pretty short time. But now I had to realize, okay, but that was a good motivator now. It's not a good motivator for me today. So don't judge this. Like if you had a leadership role and you enjoy that, awesome. If someone told you what to do, you just followed orders, awesome. There's no right or wrong. We need all of those people. We need leaders and we need followers. We need doers that just put their headphones on, get really focused on their task and gets specialized and does an awesome job with their narrow task. So don't judge. Just write down, okay, what was the best parts of these projects? Or if you're a student, maybe you didn't have much experience working with this, you can always look back at your school projects or even before your experiences in life. What was it about that time in my life that I enjoyed so much? Or maybe it was all the close friends, or maybe it was that I learned so much, whatever it might be. So just write it down and then try to find a common, like a red thread through these projects or experiences. And then you can try to figure out, okay, I enjoyed that project and that project because maybe if I take myself as an example, I enjoyed these small commercial projects with tight deadlines, with a really small team. I enjoyed a lot of projects where we got a lot of creative freedom, like an agency came to us with maybe just a seed of an idea and we could develop it and do something crazy. And I got to go on set and all these different things, and I got to solve different problems in different projects. And I could also see that some of the projects that I enjoyed the most was the smallest, less prestigious. Like I've done basically infomercials about industry machines. And some of those projects were really, really fun. I got to animate a big machine coming together, like to the beat of the music, syncing things. No one saw that. It's not like I got 1 million views on YouTube, but it was a fun project. And something I also realized was that I enjoyed a lot of different projects. So some projects were really technical, challenging. So where I had to do a lot of programming or scripting or whatever it might be. While others were not at all like that. They were more creative or maybe more animation, getting the timing right. So when I look back at my projects, I see the common thing is variety. I enjoy doing a lot of different stuff. I enjoy these short projects, so a small challenge, new challenge. And I enjoy working in a tight team where we know each other. We don't have to talk that much. I just know that if I do my thing, I send it to my friend and he's gonna do his thing. And when I see it, it's gonna be amazing. That is what I really like. Oh, that's so nice. But then there I was in this big studio. I got to specialize in one thing. I simulated sails for pirate ships for 3 months. And then I became good at simulating cloth. So in the next project, I got to simulate a leather jacket for something. And then in the next project, some hair. And so at Important Looking Pirates, I became very specialized. And I was working as a small cog in a big machine. I learned a lot and a lot of amazing people, but I never got that variety. And this, maybe for me as an introvert, that was a bit challenging as well, to be in this big open space with a lot of amazing people. I want to get to know people closer and be this tight group and work with them over a long period of time. So that wasn't the right path for me. So, and now, again, I'm doing this now, 10 years later again. And I'm realizing that, but what I really enjoy now is seeing people develop. And maybe if I can help someone to feel safe, so they dare to take that next step, they dare to take on that leadership role, or they dare to speak up in class or whatever it might be. That is something I really enjoy now. So doing the thing with computers, Houdini stuff, it's still pretty fun. But that is not what like where my passion really lies now. So now I'm doing this again, and I'm looking back. But I really enjoyed the time when I was a talent manager and got to do that. I got to coach people and make them like feel safe and feel seen, so they could dare to take on that leadership role or take the next step, or dare to say that uncomfortable thing that needed to be said. And if you do this, if you look back at your projects, your experiences, see your common thread, you might find that you're on the exact right track. Like, this is awesome. I'm going exactly in the right direction. Awesome. Keep going. I'll go faster. Or you might find that, but I like that a bit more. Maybe I should try to steer towards that direction a bit. And it doesn't have to be this. You don't have to quit your job, and you don't have to, like, I like to do stuff like full on, just try. But you don't have to do that. You can just like, oh, I like the leadership part a bit. Maybe I should try to get a bit more of a leadership role. Or maybe you find that, but I enjoyed it more before I became a lead. I enjoyed it more when I was an artist. Can I go back to being an artist? And no judgment. You shouldn't be, but this is the cooler, more high status, maybe higher paying job. But if you're following the wrong path, you might end up like me, being depressed. I was in my dream job, but I wasn't happy. I couldn't get out of bed. So don't do that. So try to see if you can steer it in some way. And if you want to be a leader, you don't have to become a boss. You can just try to take on more. Try check in with your teammates more. Like, be that leader. You don't have to be the official leader. You can be the unofficial leader. Just try to do that today. Or you might find when you do this that, oh shit, but I really enjoy doing that. Maybe I should try to pursue this other career like I'm doing now. And the thing is, when I do this now and I'm looking into like trying to figure out what my next career will be, I'm so very conscious of what it is that I'm looking for. So right now I'm talking to a lot of people, like some games companies and HR people and just interesting like entrepreneurs. And when I see that, oh, they have something of what I want, then it's super clear. Those are the kind of people, those are my people. I want to go that way. So when you are this like deliberate, when you do this exercise or whatever you call it, it's so much easier. And then you see the funny thing is that I get so much, what do you call it? Synchronicities. Oh, that's not the right word. Well, anyways, when you, like, it feel like it's an impossible chance that I bumped into this person, or I talked to that person, or someone just contacted me, and it's the perfect match. And it feels like chance, but because I know exactly, or I'm trying to figure out where I'm going, but I know in what direction I want to go. It's so much easier to see, but this is the right path. When I see an opportunity, I can take that. So I really encourage you to do this. I know it's tough times. What will happen with all our jobs? Will there be an AI overtaking, or will we do business as usual? AI will never be able to do the things we do. I don't know. I don't have those answers. But I do know that if you follow the wrong dream for too long, you might end up in a really bad place. So don't do that. Don't be like me. So again, do this. Take stock of your previous experiences, your previous projects. What did I like about those? Was it the people, the prestige, or the circumstances? Or like the scope of the project. Was it a very technical project or a very creative project, or what type of challenge was it? And try to find those common denominators. And then you can look at your current situation with that lens, basically, and see, am I on the right path? Or should I steer a bit? Or should I, like I'm doing now, taking a hard left? Or and I think if you do that, you're gonna be happier, you're gonna do better work. And especially I think in this age of AI and uncertainty, I think knowing yourself is going to be even more important. So please give it a try and let me know what you think. If it works, awesome. If it was bullshit, let me know. I want to know that too. And until next time, take care.